What's up, guys? After Those Books, back today with another video, and today we are back with another debut novel, The Republic of Memory by Mahmud El Sayed. So, I am going to tell you guys about this book. So, I'm going to read off the Simon and Schuster little description. The Safina is a city ship halfway through its 400-year voyage from the ruins of Earth to a new colony world. Its crew maintains the ship, generation after generation, while protecting their ancestors in cryostasis so that one day they will be able to enjoy a fresh new start under clear blue skies. But when blackouts start, unrest follows. The ship can only continue running smoothly with the cooperation of the crew, and the crew has had enough. As coordinated acts of resistance coincide with a much more complex conspiracy, a chain of events is set into motion that will change life on the Safina forever. Inspired by the real-world events of the Arab Spring, the Republic of Memory is a bold integration of empire and an energizing portrait of revolution. I love this book. I'm actually going to do, I think, a couple of tier lists videos coming up here in June because we'll be at the halfway point of the year, which is disgusting how much time is flying. But I think that what's going to be so great is this book to me is about like a 4.5 to maybe a 4.75 because its world building to me is easy 5 stars. The world, and so obviously hundreds of thousands of, or not thousands, but hundreds of years have passed, right? And like the language of humanity has changed on the ship. Like it's English, but like with an I, and like the translators are important, or like how Arabic has changed, and like all of these different cultures on the generation ship have in their own ways evolved and devolved, or not even devolved, but have evolved and changed from where they were when they were on Earth. And that is fucking awesome. And I cannot talk about another character, but there's another character, central character's perspective that comes along. And their talks about what they saw. Oh, so cool. I think the world building is the strongest aspect of this book, bar none. And it's so fucking cool. That is science fiction to me. The world building of this book is like, this is what science fiction can do. The plot of the book, I think, is a 4 to a 3.75. Same as the characters, actually. Because I think the plot takes until about halfway through to really kick into gear. And we're like, okay, I'm seeing the pieces are pushing and pushing and moving. I probably actually go 3.5 with the characters. Because I think the central POV for the first half and the second half of the book, because they're two different characters, are pretty strong. But I think that some of the other side POVs, I get kind of like, yeah, this is where the debut kind of shines. You know what I'm saying? Like where it sticks out a little bit. Like, yeah, this is definitely a first novel. But guys, I'm begging you to check this book out. I think the premise is so cool. The emphasis on the importance of language and culture and adding the sci-fi element to it and AI and what do people actually think of the AI and the man, what will the industry look like in the future when there's even more power differential there between classes. Oh, such interesting ideas. And I love it so much. I genuinely, this book was really, really good. And I actually really recommend the audiobook too. It was really, really well done. God, I love this book. So, before moving, again, I'm giving this about a 4.5, 4.75 because again, the world building to me is so strong. And some of the characters were still really good. And there were actually really, really cool little mini action sequences. But the world building was just like, it had me ready for book 2. Now, I don't know if this is like a series of like 5 or 6 books or if it's a trilogy. I just know it is book 1. It is a book 1 that is important to disclose. But I'm ready for it because that book was hitting. As plot, I give about a 4, I think. I think I would go like 5, 4, and then 3.75 for the characters. But the ending is super strong. The world building throughout it is really good. And I think once the plot kind of kicks into gear, things get going. And it's an entertaining book. So, in a second, you're about to listen to Past Me rave about the book. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And as always, guys, enjoy the reactions. Here we go.
All right, guys. Debut book for the month of May, The Republic of Memory by Mahmud El Sayed. I'm on chapter 8. So about a quarter in, actually, because I think there's only 32 chapters. This book is so fucking interesting. So basically, the Earth has been destroyed. This entire ship is basically like a colony or a city. And they are on their destination to the next planet. And at this point in the book, they are 200 years away from that planet. So there have been generations and generations and generations of people on the colony maintaining the cryostasis of the original people from Earth. It's so cool. We have Iskander. We have Dom. That's why I call her, because I am terrible at pronunciation, but I know how to say Dom. And like, guys, it's such a cool concept, because what Muhammad or what El Sayed really covers is the power of language. Because in this book, so many different people have different languages, and those, cultural backgrounds actually divide the people. So in this world, if you try to get married, you have to basically make a logistical argument to why this would work. And if they can bear children that would then be good crew members for this ship. Insane. And then you have Dom, who's basically like, this shit is trash. We need to do something. Because this, I believe they call it the hold on. Let me make sure I call it right. I think it's the contract. The compact. My apologies. Oh, guys, I'm having so much fun with this book. There's a lot of names, and it's very Middle Eastern inspired. Not very, it just is. This shit is awesome, and I'm having a blast so far. Currently now, we seem to be getting Iskander's love, and Dom wants revolution. Billy is seemingly going to join the communists. Guys, I'm loving this book, so I'll see y'all in the next update. Peace. All right, guys. Republic of Memory, reading vlog number 2. I am up to chapter 16, and so, okay. The ship, the entirety of the ship had a blackout. Iskander was in this tram, I think, like a train, and he's like, okay, guys, let's all stay calm. We can do this. Bro. So Lebanon and his girl are in the stasis chamber room or whatever. And the ship's out. So people are dying. So again, it's important to remember these, generations of people are in these cryostasis. Hundreds of people are dying in the cryostasis. So Lebanon's like, well, we got to start getting them out, or else we're just flying for no fucking reason. So he starts, letting some people out. The ship gets power back. The administrator on the PA or whatever goes, why are you letting them out? We got power. Oh, no. What can go wrong has gone wrong. And in that, we get Halal, who is from, I guess, Earth, hundreds of years ago. And it's so interesting what Muhammad does here with the people of the past being more reliant on AI and wanting AI versus the people of the now on the ship not wanting it. So interesting. We also find out Iskander currently is KO'd, but he is like a martyr. Well, not a martyr. He didn't die, but he's like a public figure. So cool. This book And now we got this like little mystery crew, and Halal is a former detective, so she's like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. Oh, guys. The politicking going on here, the importance of translators, the importance of discussion, the use of AI. Oh, this book is incredible. I have been so in. Um, that might be the best debut book. God, this shit is so good. Okay. But either way, you guys, just want to leave this little update. Have a good one. Peace. All right, guys. Reading vlog number 3. We are up to chapter 24. I think 75% of the way through. This book is really fucking good. So Halal now, since coming out of stasis, has basically returned to her old job as like a detective. So right now we've been really hyper fixated on her story and how much she's hyper fixated on this case and resolving what caused this blackout. And now we're getting to the part of like, are the Haraka, you know, the rebel group, are they behind it? And then their connection to the triad. And guys, there's so many interesting things here. Like Halal talking about how could people even do things like have sex with each other without being like connected by the network and their AI or VI, I think they call it, and how they would then be feeling what the other person's feeling, and you get lost in that like just rush of literal feeling. Like, I think Muhammad had something fucking special here. I ain't even gonna lie. And it's so cool because the rebellion hasn't even really started. And I don't know if it will in this book. I don't know if it needs to. This shit, it's cooking. And seeing like Dia and her relationship with her family now and how she regrets what she did with Iskander, I think is so fucking good. Like, seeing the layout and the consequences of this blackout in a non-revolutionary way yet, I think is doing a really good job, because now Muhammad's showing what does the society respond to an event like this, and what does that then make them do, which I think is super fucking smart. I love this book, man. I'm actually in love with it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. All right, guys. So the Republic of Memory is done. I fucking love this book. It's so interesting because the revolution literally begins to happen within the last 3 to 4 chapters. And I think now Muhammad sort of, yeah, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it, but he sort of drew a line here. He's like, okay, so now here's where our factions or people kind of lay, because it seems like the communists and I forgot the triad and I'm blanking on the other name now, but basically those 3 factions, they've all gone, ships pushed in on this rebellion. And then Dia, I think, made a really interesting choice of, you know, helping the stage parts of this revolution, and Halal seems very against it, and she seems very, oh my god, that sequence, by the way, I think it was chapter 28 or 29, fucking awesome, where it's like her flashing back and forward and back and seeing what a red sister truly is as this kick-ass machine, and her regrets of being that at times because it just completely takes over. I think what this book did is do some really interesting things. And then Iskander at the very end, waking up, but having this like fantasy sequence of the ship's AI talking to him and having to be the translator for the AI. So now it seems like the AI is going to get involved. So now I'm like, oh shit, where do we go next? Because the rebellion's starting and I'm so interested. But yeah, guys, I love this book. This was so much fucking fun. Please check it out. Now to Future Emster. Peace.
Right. So I as always, we have to do awards. The MVP of this book, to me, is easily Halal. Halal as the, you know, human from the past who was preserved. Seeing her POV and her perspective on like, man, these guys don't really fuck with AI like that. They don't realize how much they're missing out on. But then there's also that conversation of how much is she reliant on it. And her upbringing, I believe, is a red sister. So interesting. Again, I think when Halal takes over the story, it goes. And it turns into this like noir mystery. And I loved it. Halal is such a good character. Like, she is so kick-ass and yet inflective, and oh my god. And then her talking about what AI used to have to be like and how much human interaction was dependent on it, and in our society today that is fucking scary. But it's like, oh my god, this is awesome to read. To me, Halal is clearly our MVP of this novel. The Rookie of the Year, is going to go to Iskander. Iskander, I think, was a strong POV at the beginning, but I think is going to be a million times better now that we actually are going to see him post this revolution starting, which I think will be a huge deal. And another really good thing I think about Iskander is Iskander does, I think, want change, but also realizes there's ways to work within a system. And that, I think, is so compelling as well. Like, seeing him be like, no, we can do it this way, and we can still bring a meaningful change, Diamita. Just because we're not overthrowing the administration and we're overthrowing the empire does not mean that we're not doing something meaningful. And I also just want you to be safe. And I think that the end of this book, where Iskander wakes up and the Safina is kind of like, brother, we gotta lock the fuck in. He's like, oh, fuck. I guess I'm meant for something more. And I love this idea now, too, because he's going to wake up and be viewed as a hero. Because there's that video that's recorded of him in the subway during the blackout being like, guys, we got this. Just believe in us. Give it time. We will get through. And they do. And he also wrote a letter confessing his love to Taki. And that is so good. Guys, again, I think what Muhammad goes for here is setting up so many interesting moving parts that I want for them to all just collide in these next books in the Song of Safina series. Give me book 2. I need it. But this book is just, I can't stop raving. I really can't. Then the momentum changer is when the blackout occurs. Because at that point, one of the best scenes in the book, by the way, easily. Everyone, so Iskander's cousin, I believe, starts pulling out the, damn it. He starts pulling out the cryogenic people, right? He's like, okay, I got to start taking this out. Boom, boom, boom. Then everyone goes, what are you doing? The power's back on. Why did you let them out? Because once they're let out, whoever it is, right? Like the people in cryostasis are let out, they can't go back in. So now, some of these people who were meant to wait for hundreds of years to get to their next planet got hoed. They're not going to live to see the next. The blackout is easily the momentum changer of this book. 6th man of the year. So there is a couple of ways we can go about this. I think if you wanted to, you could go Diameta or Diamita. You could go with her. I think seeing a young, rebellious teen trying to go through a revolution in most ways would normally have her be the main character of the novel. But I don't really think she is. But I think she will be going forward. And I think in the time that she's there, she grew on me in terms of seeing the burden that she put upon herself. I think the way that she did it was far more interesting at first, or later on, because at first it was just very like, I'm just gonna be rebellious because, but at some point too, you realize and like you recognize like, oh shit, but this is how revolutions really do start at times. They could start out as little edgy, crazy ideas, but they do have real meaning behind them. But yeah, you could put her in there. 1 second, guys. I am pulling up the audiobook right now. Actually, so that I can have the list of names, because again, the chapter names will be the POVs. Zhang San is also a very interesting one. Because, or Badrin, just seeing that POV of like someone who was outside but joins the man, it's like, oh, hold on now. What you about to do? Just making sure I get the right name here. I believe the name is Elias. Or no. I apologize. No, wait. Yeah. It's Elias. If it's wrong, my bad. I messed it up. It's been a little bit since I read the book. A lot's been going on. But I loved it. I loved it. But honestly, the more we talk through this, guys, I think the Safina is going to be the MVP or the rookie. I apologize. The 6th man of the year for the Republic of Memory. This is Safina. The ship is so fucking cool. Like, the idea of the AI of the ship, but it has this like genuine love and care and connection to these passengers because it feeds them like dreams and like it. Oh my god, it's so interesting. So when the blackout happens, we then get like a little interlude, and it's talking about how it detects these people are waking up, and it's going like, oh shit, like what am I supposed to do now? Because I can't protect them. I can't. Oh, and the beginning of the guys. There's so much little interesting mysteries in here. But yeah, the Safina, Sixth Man of the Year. And this book, guys, I cannot rave about it enough. Is it a perfect book? Objectively, no. Am I probably rating it a little high? Yep. Do I care? Nope. Because I think that this is what science fiction can try and be. Like, again, I'm a little more skeptical sometimes with science fiction in comparison to fantasy. Because I think sometimes science fiction just becomes fantasy at a certain point. Now you could very much argue that with this book at the very end. The shit does get a little crazy. But I think that this book goes into the science fiction idea socially and societally. That's so cool. So seeing the importance of translators, seeing Halal talk about how people used to have sex through the AI and it would have to merge their emotions and their feelings versus, like on the ship now, because AI and the Empire were overthrown or cast aside. Oh, guys, again, I think what Sayed goes for here is so cool. And I genuinely think that this series will have a lot of potential. Now, I don't know what the name of the series is or when the next book is coming out, but guys, this is one of those series that I think we need to jump on now, before it's too late. Like, I'm telling you all now, this has some legitimate all-time potential right now. And I think that they do a really good job of the unique languages, of the change, the importance of translators, how people are still corrupted regardless of the emphasis placed on them, how people will stand up. Like, I think that's the best part about this book. No matter how far in the future, or no matter how far in the past you make a setting, the core principles of what makes a man or a human will always come through. And that is fucking incredible, guys. Please read the book. I'm begging you. I'm begging. This book is awesome. It's so much fun. I think it takes a little bit to get going, but I'm telling you to trust the process with this one. And if Muhammad, if that is how I pronounce your name correctly, if you see this video, please let me interview you, because you need a spotlight, because this book is fucking sick and I cannot wait for book 2. So as always, guys, this is Hamster Knows Books. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you check this out because of this video, but check it out. It's so good. So as always, guys, this is Hamster Knows Books. I appreciate each and every one of you. And this book, one of one.